So welcome everyone. We are CodeChef WC chapter. We welcome you to new episode of Coffee with Chef. So today we will be answering what does it take to be among top 20 ICPC teams in Asia West. It takes teamwork, resilience and focus. And today we are joined by two such individuals who have lived that experience, not just as coders, but as SD intern at some of the India's top tech companies. Welcome to this special episode of CodeChef WC chapter. In this conversation, we are diving deep into the journey of Team Lazy Coders, from contest prep to internships, from mental strength to mentorship. Whether you are a beginner in CP or someone aiming for ICPC glory, this episode has something for you. Let's welcome Jay Shirgupe from Rubrik and Pankaj Bhosle from CoinSwitch, two pillars of Asia West rank 19. So let's get started and decode success the lazy coders way. So before beginning, I would like to ask our two mentors, Jay Bhaiya and Pankaj Bhaiya, to introduce themselves, where they are from, in which company they are currently working. Yes.
Here, Shordan. Hey everyone, I am Jay. Currently, I am interning at Rubrik, and as Harshvardhan mentioned, I have also been part of the team Daisy Coders, and also been part of the CodeChef Club for the past, I guess, 3 years now.
So, hi everyone, I'm Pankaj Bhosle and I'm currently working as an SD intern at CoinSwitch. And I have been a part of CodeChef since 3 years, and I was CP lead, ex CP lead. That's all. Thank you.
Yes. So now the guest introduction is done. Now the first thing, that is, how did Lazy Coders become the team name?
Oh, so that actually has a bit of a story. Now, I think in our first ICP, there have been this a 4 year degree, and in the first year we actually missed the ICPC registration deadline, and that was like a bit of confusion. Ki, okay, we'll do it today. Oh, I went to the site, I couldn't find. So we are three people. So ICPC actually consists of 3 people team. Just to be sure we are on same page. One of our member couldn't be present today, unfortunately. But the thing is, in first year we actually kept on missing these deadlines, and we weren't able to register. And in second year, when it came to name our team, okay, what we are going to name our team now, once we are clear about how the flow for registration goes and how you have to register the team. So in ICPC, while registering, you actually have to reach out to one of your faculties, and they have to make an account and register your team. So okay, what our team name should be, and someone just said, last time तो यार ऐसे ही आलसी थे, and we just forgot, sort of, just because we were lazy, we missed our registration in a sort of way. That's why let's name it Lazy Coder. So the name just stuck, and actually we were just too lazy to think of a new name. So
Okay.
Lazy Coders.
So due to a lot of procrastination, you guys decided to name your team Lazy.
You could say we are not actually that lazy.
Huh.
So to be honest, we are one of the most consistent coder in our college, who has been doing lead code, I guess, from the
From second year.
onset. Yeah, from the onset of second year. So I guess for 3 years, every day he has been solving a lead code problem. Then we are one of the most consistent and hardworking player. But yeah, to some extent, we are a bit lazy.
So, what got you into coding? Because there are a lot of domains in computer science. Yes, coding is fundamental, but specifically competitive coding. How did you engross yourself, and how did you find competitive programming interesting that you two guys decided to hop onto it?
So, first of all, when I entered into computer science, I just didn't know I wanted to take a computer science. I just checked out that according to my percentile and according to the trend, computer science is the most interesting field and with the highest package they are offering out there. So I just decided to go with the computer science, and that's all. I didn't know anything about computer science or had a background in it. So talking about my journey into computer programming, in the first year, because of no knowledge, and I didn't have a laptop or anything, so I cannot start with the development stuff or anything. Just like web development requires most of the computer means laptop we require for web development and that all. And the thing which I could do on the mobile phone was just compile a C++ code and or a C code. So I started doing coding on the mobile, and then after that, in the first year, maybe in the month of January, I attended a session on C++ something, which was taken by CodeChef WC chapter. It was mostly taken by Abhijit Puri and Ravi and that whole thing.
At that time, actually, he was a very famous guy for coding in like through mobile. So actually, the thing is, if you code like if you write code on a laptop, say VS Code or something else, the formatting is a bit different from how you write your code on mobile. So on mobile, the formatting will be like everything will be to one side.
One side, yes.
Portrait mode.
His like pieces of code were very famous. So anytime anyone looked at one of these things, okay, yeah, that is from that like someone the guy who writes his code on mobile. So he was very famous in our batch for that.
That's how I started doing computer programming.
And now you guys are here, achieving rank 19 at ICPC. So now let's get into the ICPC journey in detail. From 0 to rank 19. Your team reached rank 19 in Asia West. That is a really serious hustle. Let's hear the origin story. So how did you three become the team? What clicked in your mind?
So he asked, means Jay was a good coder from first year also. And he only did started when we attended Ganesh Kasar's. When he got placed into Google, we attended his session. In that he mentioned that about ICPC and that stuff. So
that was one thing, and there was like I think CodeChef. Actually, the thing is like all of us were part of CodeChef from the first year. Now getting there and interviews and those things, they had a few things here and there, but like we were part of CodeChef from first year, and there was an overall push in CodeChef that everyone should at least participate in ICPC. So in the second year, I mean, more or less, most serious members of CodeChef were at least looking at participating in ICPC. And yeah, I mean, these two guys were one of the best coders. Rajwal was sort of the go-to candidate for competitive programming, and Pankaj was like one of the most consistent coder I knew.
So did you guys check leaderboard of the college and then decided, or
no, yeah, I don't think I checked leaderboard or anything. Like
So-
sort of just one evening, I gave him a call. Like, have you formed a team with anyone? He said no. Okay. Then like I gave Prajwal a call. Then he said, yeah, okay, let's register. And that was it. And I mean, even I think in second year, the lazy part of our team comes in because there at that time there were two regionals. One was Amritapuri and second was Kanpur or Mathura. Mathura regional at that time. Now I think it's Kanpur. So we registered for Mathura regionals.
Mathura, not for Chennai.
No, Chennai that's happened in second. So there were two regionals, Mathura and this Amritapuri. We registered for Mathura and we said that okay, we'll do the Amritapuri later. Like we did the payment for Mathura. We said okay, Amritapuri, that's just one remaining. We'll do it after some time. I don't know why we did that. And then there was ECM hackathon at that time, and we missed the deadline. So again, that lazy part came in. So yeah, like that's how, I mean, sort of bit informally we formed our team in the second year.
yes? So I would like to ask you about your final year ICPC. That was your best performance.
Okay.
I would like to ask, what was your ICPC prep schedule? Any fixed roles that you decided among yourself? Some of the topics that you decided to distribute among yourself?
So in the final year, we did nothing actually for maybe for Asia West finals. We did actually, there was no schedule because all of us were busy in the internship and everything. There was no fixed schedule.
So actually, like final year was sort of like the fruit of entire work.
3 years.
3 years.
And thing is, so our entire ICPC journey, if you look at it, in the first year there was a lot of confusion. We didn't even know what the process of registration was. In second year there was some exposure that we got. by second year, I mean, all three of us were sort of seasoned competitive programmers, and there we just missed our first regionals by a slight margin, and I think our rank was some 149, and the team of our seniors who actually went to Mathura, they had slightly better rank than us. In the third year, it was the first time that we went to regionals. So that time, like, we had some serious preparation going on. Now the thing is, in ICPC you actually have a choice to make. One is that you practice on individual abilities, individual ability to solve problem, and other is the teamwork part. Now, the teamwork part is something that's usually very difficult to deal with, because one thing is getting all those people to actually sit in a place and they give contests.
Right.
So in third year, I think there was a combined round, and in there our pre-performance, that was like the round that is conducted online, that performance was amazing. We had a rank of 35 at that time. In the third year, we qualified for regionals and we went to regionals. Now, we were actually expecting good things because our individual abilities were amazing. And the thing about this online round is you have to give it from your home, so you're sort of like there are maybe 7 to 8 problems, but you're sort of solving it as individuals, and then it's getting agglomerated. But when we actually went to regionals in the third year, that was an eye opener, because we had to sit as a team at one place.
Right.
We went to Amritapuri, that's in Bangalore. Actually, we and our seniors, like both of us, went there. And from 35 in combined all regional rounds, that is like all the teams for all three regionals, that was the preliminary round. There we had a rank of 35. And here, like, just the Amritapuri guys, our rank went from 35 to 112 or 14 something.
114.
So there, like, that was because a bit of like eye opener for us that we are lacking somewhere in the team building part, working together. And there also, like, we had missed registering. Not we had registered to the other regional, but couldn't go to the Kanpur one. So I think that after that, like, we started working a bit on the teamwork part, because I think all three of us, like, sort of, we ourselves were working on our individual abilities. There was just a part of the, like, how do we solve problems together, how do we distribute work. For that, mostly we worked on practice.
Yes,
Like,
after that, we focused mainly on outside contests, just like IITs, and that NITs used to conduct multiple contests, and we used to participate in it. And before ICPC, maybe this time, maybe it was Go for Gold. They
yeah,
conducted Go for
it was
Gold.
actually like this time you had a Go for Gold camp. Now I think they shortlisted on the basis of some CodeChef starters. They had a separate contest for shortlisting. Post that, oh no, sorry, the shortlisted on
Shortlisting
basis
based
of
on the
prelims
prelims
result of
round.
fourth year.
Yes.
And after that, there was a
Team contest.
team contest, and sort of like this was a camp that was actually organized in Delhi. Unfortunately, we couldn't go because
We had a
college exams clashed and all those things. But one good thing that we got out of it was that there were a lot of team contests that you could give on Code Forces. So I think we got 8 to 10.
6 contests, 6 days, 6 contests maybe.
We 6 days, 6 contests, and following that, we
Following
also
that.
gave a few other contests. I guess just before this
ICPC
fourth
maybe.
year regionals, we actually had a 8 to 10 team contest experience with us.
Yes.
And like other than that, actually, you will find a lot of such contests, and even if there are no live contests, there will be one or the other practice contest that you could give as a team. But the thing is, giving contest as a team, there's some limitation to it. Like if you're giving contest as an individual, you can't do it every day or like very regularly. As a team, there are some restrictions that come, that you actually have to take the team together. So you can't do it as many times as we wished for. Maybe the results could have been much better if we actually like got together a lot more frequently. Yeah.
So, as I mentioned that, did you distribute any CP topics among yourself? Like Jay Bhaiya, you focus on graphs problems in the contest. Like DP could be done by any of like such that.
No such.
So yeah, like again, that's the thing about frequency. So we didn't like actually distribute it very explicitly, but sort of like informally we knew that Pankaj was very good with like finding some uh, what you could say new approaches to certain problem that we are usually stuck on. So our informal team motto thing was that me and Prajwal, both of us were very good at implementing things. And Pankaj, he was amazing at like if you're stuck at any problem, then he can like continuously keep on mulling over that problem for 1 or 2 hours. And this actually happened in our Asia West regional that there was this one problem that was actually a deciding problem. So all three of us like initially we like listed out these are the approaches and these are the places where we are getting stuck. And then like me, Prajwal and me like we went on implementing problems head first like whatever we knew. And Pankaj like in the back end he just kept on like looking at that problem. And initially and at last like he said that okay this is the solution. I intuitively feel that this will work. Like we didn't have a hard proof at that time, but we coded. So there's no topic wise distribution, but yeah, like implementation and thinking wise, we sort of had this distribution that Prajwal was good at implementing. So for most head first problem, he would target them. I was sort of good with problems that required, you could say,
Math stuff.
segmentary, yeah, math stuff.
Math stuff.
So I like if problems slightly felt that they could be better suited for me, then I took up those problems. And Pankaj was like always there. He would look at all the problems, and believe me, like many times it happened like at the end of the contest, he just came up with an idea and that changed the rankings completely. So we had that sort of distribution, but no hard distribution that if the problem falls in this topic domain that it goes to this person. Nothing like that.
Yes. So now we have done with our ICPC experience of the mentors. So now let's move to your internship insights from CP to the corporate world. So all two of you have ST internship at some of India's top tech companies. Let's talk about how that happened. How did you approach your internship prep while managing SIP?
So first, on mainly on campus placement, I did not sit for most of the companies. That was the reason. Means I did not feel that the package was good and that all. So that for that reason, I did not sit for.
On campus we have blocking, so if you actually get an offer, and
It will get blocked. You cannot sit for.
other companies that are near that and like there's some criteria for
Yes.
boot camps.
Unless and until it is 2x or something, you cannot sit, and that's the reason I kept on applying off campus. And so one day maybe around January or something, I got a call for interview from CoinSwitch. Until that, I just used to do contests and that all stuff. Some of the core subject OSDB miss, and then mostly some few means only SD sheet, for example Strivus SD sheet for practicing standard questions. That was the thing I did until internship, and in the interview it was just simple DSA questions and that all. And then talking about my internship, first it was very difficult for me to do a transition from CP to development, because I did not do development, means most of the development part I did not do throughout my college, and only in the second year I did few more. It was just a simple month stack and that to a front end part. And when I entered into CoinSwitch, there was only 2 interns from my batch. There were actually 3 batches. The first batch, second batch, and we were the third batch. In third batch, there were only 2 interns, and the director manager asked us to come. And when we met him, he just directly assigned, you go there to the front end. I was assigned to the back end part, and when I entered into the back end part, they first assigned me a Java, which I didn't do throughout my college, and I did not know how to write an API and something that all. And I was assigned a mentor, and he assigned me a task to write an API, just a simple API to fetch data from DB and just show it, just correct that, it was an update query, just that part. And then he called me on the huddle, and he said me, can you do it? And I said, yes, I can do it. Then show me how you do it. Then I did not know that we have to write specific thing in that. We have to define it in pom.xml. We have to insert dependency, and there is something file called as web.xml where we have to define an endpoint, and through that endpoint we can just map this route the call. That thing I did not know anything about that, and I was very embarrassed, and he was shocked that I did not do a basic part of it. Then he just told me everything about how to define it. He was good. He told me everything about that. And after that, there was, as it is a startup, every day there is a new task. And throughout the internship, maybe I have worked on maybe on 5 languages. First, I started with Java. Then after that, I was assigned different tasks, maybe related to scheduler service, where they have to write a cron job, and that all, and they define an API which will call back cron job at a specific time. I did not know about what is a cron job and everything. I just googled it. I just did ChatGPT. They said you can use ChatGPT any time, but you should mostly start us focus on delivery, not on writing maybe a code which is very very good, maybe mid quality, the medium quality code, but a fast delivery. That's the motto of any startup. So first, then from Java I transitioned from Java plus Spring Boot. Then from there I wrote some APIs in Python. Then they, after 1 week they assigned me JavaScript. Then after that 1 week they assigned me a Golang task. Then after that 1 week they assigned me a TypeScript, which was based on just a recent feature which they are going to launch is AI chatbot. I was working on it. It was based on TypeScript, and maybe the thing about startup is that you do not have to. They are not much, what we can say. They say you do not need to know much about tech. It's you need to understand what is the product. The tech is not much important part. That they just visualize the tech as a black box.
Right.
No, they don't much focus on tech part. They just understand. You should understand the product and develop what is required there. This was my journey throughout the internship, and I have learned a lot in it.
Yes, I remember when you were about to give the interview of CoinSwitch. I was also in the TP office. I
Yes.
also had the interview. So that time I asked Pankaj Bhaiya, what is this of your scene of this placement? So he just tell me that the news is coming. So his confidence is up to the mark.
Okay,
Like he
so
said, I can do it. So he
just
did
wait for the good news.
so he did crack the
CoinSwitch
interview at
interview.
CoinSwitch. So, but sometimes when the things are a lot different, like most of us do CP, DSA, and does not do any development. Like he did only C++, and in internship he did not even touch C++ and did 5 other languages. So that happens.
Yeah.
So, Jay Bhaiya, what is about your experience at Rubric?
So yeah, like first getting to Rubric, like I think many people have this phase where they, so like similar to how Pankaj experience, I too passed on many internships and like many on-campus opportunities. Partly because like there's this blocking criteria, so I had some expectations internally. Now this phase, I think like most people are very worried internally because you don't have a job, and yeah, you keep on getting news every day कि यार market में jobs नहीं है, people are losing their job, people who have that job. So I think that phase like I just want to state like all of us have been through that phase. After that, like on campus, I actually got one mentor internship initially. That was in Dhruva. So there, that was like an on campus interview. So it was 2 DSA rounds and one which was said to be an HR hiring managerial round, HM round. And I was told कि initially going into interview कि यार it will be a normal question, कुछ यार your behavior situation ये सब होगा. I went there, sat in the interview, and first question was यार, do you know about networking? I said yes sir. Okay, do you know about TCP/IP? Yeah. So like, why do you need like if you have TCP, why do you need like why do you need TCP? And मतलब like they went deep into networking stack and 10 minutes into the interview I was thinking यार ये hiring managerial round होना चाहिए था. You are supposed to ask for me
Non-technical
situational things
questions.
and these things, but it went very deep into networking, it went very deep into databases and all those things. I sort of cleared that interview by tooth and nail, you could say. I got that. Then just like after our ICPC, as we said, like we had registered for Go for Gold. I think that's also thanks to you. You were the one who actually pointed out that we should register for it.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And we had registered for Go for Gold, and so Rubrik like sort of shortlisted people for. I don't think they shortlisted, but just reached out people who had applied and who were also had performed well in Go for Gold to if they were interested for interviews. So I got an interview to Rubrik through like this Go for Gold and our good ICPC rank. Prelims, I think our rank was some 35.
14. This in the third year we had 14.
In
Yes.
prelims.
Prelims.
Prelims, I think our
prelims
rank
same,
was
same.
Around
some 30,
top 20.
Yeah, I think
14,
14.
14, same rank.
In prelims. So yeah, like I think based on that rank, like I got a chance to interview at Rubrik. That was like the DSA round was, you could say, pretty. I wouldn't exactly say tough, but it was very different from usual rounds, at least the ones I'd seen on campus. The questions were amazing, and they were like sort of good competitive programming questions. You couldn't expect those questions, and they were in some sort of standard questions that you usually saw online or something. That was that. There were two rounds. Even at that time, there was a lot of uncertainty. So after every round, I wasn't at all sure here I have cleared this round or not. But yeah, I cleared that. There, once again, we had hiring managerial round. There, it was like real hiring managerial round, and I cleared that. After that, like we're talking about the internship at Rubrik itself. So my experience was a bit different from his. So I was actually assigned a very particular project, and in my case, like the thing is, when I went there, I was sort of like here. I have not done anything other than competitive programming. I was under this impression. I had done a bit of development, but here वहाँ पे आने वाले लोग they will be like amazing programmers, and I will be the only person who knows nothing from not much from development side. But yeah, like sort of when you are a fresher in the industry, people are okay with you not knowing things, and कि like वहाँ पे भी mostly more or less people, all of us were in the same boat, all the interns at Rubrik. So all of us got assigned to different projects, and like every day I was hearing things कि यार like there was one guy, he said कि यार मुझे वो in when you're programming, so in PyCharm and all these IDs, you have this feature here, you could look at the git blame key, who has made that change. He said यार मैं वो कल देख रहा था यार, मेंटर को मैंने ये पूछ लिया वो गेट ब्लेम शुरू कैसे करते हैं, एंड देन ही हैड मिस्टेकनली स्टार्टेड दैट एंड ही डिडंट नो हाउ टू क्लोज इट, सो ही वर्कड ऑन दैट फॉर हाफ एन आवर एंड फाइनली वेंट टू हिज मेंटर. So at the start of the internship, like there were a lot of these moments where we reached out to help for very simple things. But yeah, post that, like I had a project where I actually had to design a system. So there mostly things were key on scalability side, like how do you design it well, how do you keep it as extensible as possible, like in future there are certain requirements for change, then these things. And yeah, like mostly that was sort of my internship
So
experience.
especially in your projects, did your CP experience give you an edge?
So one thing is that you shouldn't expect CP to directly map to your projects, because competitive programming as such is a sort of a very abstract thing. So don't expect to like directly use segment trees into your project. But the thing is, competitive programming is, it's like exercising your brain. Okay, so if you're competitive programming, you are very aware of your code, and another good thing is that it gives you a very hands-on experience at implementing things,
Right.
at implementing various different things. So that really helps. So if you have competitive programming experience, then while implementing, you're very good at implementing things, and you're very good at like looking at code and figuring out will there be any issues in it. But other than that, there's also like the design part, which I and like most other interns, I would say, like sort of we were learning those design aspect of programming, where when you look at the language features itself, you look at like the task that you have at hand, and like one thing that I got to learn, got to like sort of inculcate in myself is in competitive programming and in general in most of the programming that you do in your college, just like you have one very specific project, and in most cases you already have that, okay, I'm going to use these tools and I have to work towards this thing. In industry, like the thing is, even within a very medium-sized company, there are a lot of things, and your task is that, okay, you have to do this, and look, there are these hundreds of things, and you have to pick out कि okay यार ये दो तीन चीजें, and I'm going to use these things and actually get to my like desired goal.
Right.
So that's like a lot more about exploring things, looking at how things work, and actually using them in whatever you want to do. So that's a bit of different thing. It's like it's more about like reaching out to people, asking them like, I'm working on this thing, can I use these things? So that was a bit of part of my internship.
Yes. So now let's zoom out a little bit. Now we have got into competitive programming in detail, internships in detail. So let's talk about computer science in general, or IT industry in general.
Oh.
So we know computer science isn't just about contest. It's shaping the world, really. The fourth sector, service sector, is really helping the Indian economy. So where do you see it heading? Like which domains of computer science excites you most right now? Like AI, cyber, etc.
So talking about myself, and I really don't know much about AI and that all stuff. Maybe Jay is more into that stuff, AI and ML stuff. Maybe I was the guy when I started the internship. I was the guy who didn't know what is a Git.
I don't think.
So I did when there was Git conflicts and that all. I used to ask my seniors and that all. Then after they told me just once, and they said, "Go and do it by yourself." And after second time also I failed it.
Git is like actually very dangerous thing, because thing is you work 2 days to implement that feature, and you mistakenly do a git reset and all of that is lost.
That was so I'm not. Maybe I'm only a CP guy and a DSA guy who knows only about that stuff. Now when I entered the internship, I did know something about development and that all. And once means after the I usually have means in a startup usually directly interact with the main people, means their core people. For example, you directly interact with the director engineer, principal engineers, CEOs and that all CTOs, because they in our company CEO sit side by us, and he's testing the app there, and we are sitting side to him, and we are working on that app. And once I had a tea break with principal engineer, he just said me that in upcoming years this IT industry will change a lot of things. Means he said us that nowadays the standard is that do DSA, do some development and that all, and that's enough. They take interview based on that. But in the coming 2 or 3 years, he said me the timeline also, means in coming 2 or 3 years this will completely change, and the hiring process will get the hiring process will get affected by the AI. He said that in the coming 2-3 years people in the people who are hiring will not focus on DSA and that all CP stuff. They will just check your system design abilities. So he said me that people who knows how to scale a system, how to build a system, and they can just once you know how to build a system, how the systems are designed and how to scale it, you can just give a prompt to the ChatGPT or most of the other models, and then they will just build the stuff from scratch. Even nowadays most of the principal engineers and that all thing, they did their coding in their prime time. Means they were in the 20s,
Right.
and then when in their early stages. Now what they do is that they don't code it. They just give the prompt to ChatGPT, and they can actually generate a scalable code. They can design, means they can design the whole system by just giving a prompt to it,
Right.
because they know end to end how the code should work. They know how to review a code.
Right.
They know everything. Just the thing which they lack is that the lack of, means they are out of practice from coding, but they know the internal knowledge how to build and that all stuff. So he said that in the coming years you should actually focus on system design things and that all, so to secure a good job in the coming years. That's all what my mentor said.
So my next question was this similar. Is CP still relevant at the age of AI copilots and automation?
So CP is just a, what we can say, it is a thing to do as a hobby. Means even chess, you can compare CP to a chess. And when maybe I don't know the actual name of that grandmaster or something. He first, there was a first computer that has a chess engine.
Fisher.
Fisher. Bobby Fischer. Maybe you don't know which was it. Maybe Fisher only. IBM launched its first chess engine, and they had a big article in the newspaper, chess human versus engine. And first time he won, but second time IBM developed a engine that could defeat him easily. Second time he actually defeated him, and it was a long back. And people used to think that now chess will be no more relevant, chess will be now gone. But nowadays what you can see is that people prefer human thinking ability, because it is now a sport.
Right.
So we should look at the CP as a sport, not as a thing to get a job. So you should more look at the CP as a sports stuff, or as a competitive sport, and you should do it as a brain exercise, not as a to get into MNCs and that all. That's my opinion.
What I think that, as you said that if we are focusing on system design, and if we want to change some things in our code, we can use AI copilots and automation. But to know what should be used, we should be clear with our fundamentals. That what I believe.
Yeah, like this one part of fundamentals. There's also another part that all of these tools, okay, if you're making any change, there's one thing about context of like where this thing is being used. So you're working on that particular
Right.
component. In the best case, that Copilot can have some context of that entire file or that module.
Right.
But the thing is, there's a overall high level of context that yeah, okay, this module is it being used somewhere else, or like what is the are we like working towards a greater goal where this module is going to look like something else completely different. So there, like it's more about keep coordinating with other people in the team. There's some part of inter-team coordination. Then security things come in.
Right.
So it's a lot more about communicating with a lot of people, getting that knowledge, and like visualizing what exactly the change will look like. And AI, like, at least at the stage it is a sort of very fast way of implementing that change.
Right.
But visualizing what that change will look like, that's still a very human process.
Right.
And believe me, at least within the intern that I have done, most of the time and most of like the effort is actually spent on communicating with people and like visualizing what that change will look like. Making changes is, I think, sort of one of the easiest part.
Right.
Your most of time is spent on design
Brainstorming.
docs. Yep, brainstorming, and for that you have a formal system. You have design docs, and then whenever you make a change, you have reviews. Then in reviews, like people will say, okay, you made this change. Like,
Right.
will it affect this? So it's still a very human process, at least right now. So I don't think like one thing. In terms of AI, you won't see something like AI makes the changes completely. And from hiring system perspective, honestly, I'm not sure what will happen of CP, but still, yeah, it's a very good exercise to your brain. And I think in the entire duration of college, one thing is that in college you don't have to study very hard. At least here you could like let's be honest, most people pass their exams by studying at most last week.
Yes.
So if you're studying 1 week before exam, you're a very studious and sincere guy, I think, in college. But CP is one thing that one of those things which you're doing consistently,
Right.
and it helps a lot in developing your basic abilities in terms of computer science. So I think it has worth in those terms. About interviews, I'm not really the guy who can answer those things.
Okay. So would you still choose computer science if you had begun engineering in 2025?
Okay.
Based on your percentile?
Based on my percentile, I would still choose it,
Uh,
because maybe if I had an idea, even then I would choose it because it's still paying a lot of
Right.
money.
hmm.
It is the
It
most
pays
relevant.
well, yeah, it pays amazingly.
It pays amazing, so I would still choose computer science.
Yeah, Jay Bhaiya?
To be honest, like whatever I choose, the overall direction would be sort of in direction of mathematics and computer science. I am not exactly sure if I would exactly choose a BTech in computer science, because there was one thing that I lacked awareness when I was in 12th. There are my interest in 12th actually lied more on side of mathematics than computer science, and there it was sort of यार market में job किसे मिलती है, and people were यार become a software engineer, that's the thing. But there were other avenues which I failed to explore at that time. So maybe my decision may be a bit different, but the overall direction, the overall field of work, you could say that would be in domain of computer science.
Yes. We are done with the internship as well as ICPC part. Now let's move on to some non-technical subjects that are really important to address. So in this segment, we are going to talk about mental health, routine, and the balance. So I believe you have gone through high pressure sprints. Let's talk about taking care of your mind too. So have you ever faced any burnout or stagnation? That is a point where you are not improving that much. So how did you bounce back?
I think you would have better stories.
The first motto of our company is, unless and until it goes into prod, you did nothing.
I think that's motto almost everywhere.
No,
Right.
but the timeline is only 3 days. Once you are assigned a task, the local development should be done today. The testing should be done today on the local, and the next day should be UAT. And probably in the second day it should go in prod, and after that third day should be testing by the testers actually. And sometimes when people once you are assigned the task, and usually I don't have much context about, means I personally did not do much of a trading. Means we don't have that much fun to do trading in our college life, and they just assign, this is give a thing. For example, once I was assigned a task, just do this stuff, download, take a files from NSC, and write an API, just to upload and something that all, something. That was a basic task, but understanding the task is actually a difficult part. So most of the moments, my 1 or 2 hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours, goes into actually understanding the task, because it is much difficult. And after that, coding part, testing part, and writing CM also, there is change management part also. Means once you once you pick up a task, and once it goes in the prod, you have to write CM for it. You have to write documentation for it.
Right.
And this should be done in a very short span of 2 or 3 days. And it is many of the times, means I went to office at 8 a.m. and come back at 10 a.m. sometimes, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. sometimes, and that was too exhausting for me. And the thing which I usually do is just binge watch animes and that all.
What is your favorite anime that you?
My favorite one would be Naruto, because it was my first anime.
Okay.
And
Did you finish it?
yes,
It has very
Too much-
a
too
large
many
amount of
episodes.
episodes.
720 something that around that 720 episodes. And usually I watch animes and that all. And I have roommates, and maybe most of the PG which I live in, most of the interns are from Coins only. So we together go on the terrace and we play pool and foosball. And even in companies we have PlayStation and that all we play there. So there are many options, and one would be of course tea break.
Right. About you, Jay bhai?
So, talking about pressure, the thing is like one of the most difficult things I faced out there, like when I actually had to deliver a lot. And like him, I've had bad days where I went to office at 8 a.m. and not at 10 p.m. I came back next day 2 a.m. So like entire 24, 26 hours I was in the office.
Right.
But they are like those things are okay. Mostly like rather than burnout, what I would say is one of the most difficult things that I faced was when I was starting something completely new. There was a hard deadline that I have to finish this in 2 or 3 days, and something unexpected propped up. So something in Azure, like I was expecting that this deployment would go through easily, but yeah, then there is something completely new feature where I am getting an issue. And the software engineering thing is there are lots of levels of abstraction. So when you say that okay, I'm going to use this model, you may think that it will go through easily, but if you run into issues, there are multiple levels where you can look at things like how deep you decide to go into that. So those deadlines and timelines, they may overflow easily. So that actually, like at the back of your mind, you have this pressure that okay, I promised to deliver this thing tomorrow, but now I'm not on track. So that's a lot of pressure. And other thing is your health. Yeah, going to Bangalore, food,
Yes.
climate, those things troubled me a bit. I think that was particularly a bit too harsh for me.
Because his main part is vegetarian.
Yeah. So that's like one part. So I am vegetarian, so the food was like adjusting to the food and all those things were a bit difficult. But I think like if you have friends and if you like, so one of important part in say any job or anything like adjusting anywhere, you have people to talk to, like it becomes a lot easier. So usually like whenever I had difficult days where I was in much stress, to forget those things or like to just relax out for a bit, I would usually call someone like one of my batchmates or like just go and speak with other interns. And वहाँ पे ऐसा होता है कि यार मेरी वाट लगी है, and then you go there and you speak to 4 people and they will tell you like how difficult their life is in 100 ways. यार मैं अकेला नहीं हूँ जिसकी whose life is going in the such a way. Then you feel कि like okay, we are in company and it's not like कि only you are in a certain difficult situation. And then that actually gives you कि okay, if these guys are dealing with it, then you too can deal with it. Other than that, like you can always binge watch things.
Right.
I usually do it on holidays because on work days you don't have that much of a time. But yeah, I think I would say that there have been difficult times even in my internship, but usually the way to deal with it, at least what I did, was to reach out to people and have friends, because friends really help you. Once in a while, you also like go to
Right.
play and all those things. So those things help a lot.
Can you tell some of the genres of movies that you watch?
And I am not particularly very, what you would say,
Specific about
not
movies?
specific, like I'm not a person with a very good taste of movies. I just keep okay, yaar, he recommended certain web series, I'm going to binge watch it.
In example.
I think like one of person he suggested some samurai web series that was there. It was about like some very long time ago. One of the Western guys, some sailor from England, he went to Japan, got stuck over there. So that was a web series, and I ended up binge watching it. So I started evening 6 p.m. something, and I didn't sleep that night. Next day, morning 8 or 10 a.m. I was finished. Things like that happen. Once in a while I watch anime. Not that regularly, but yeah.
Okay. So this question is specially to Jay Bhaiya.
Okay.
Jay Bhaiya is known for his consistency in every domain here. whether be it academics. I have also seen Jay Bhaiya in the gym for some months. So-
Not some months actually. I have been fairly consistent for 3 years, but never got the results that I wanted.
Okay. So, can you walk us through your daily routine during your, let's say, peak prep sessions?
In college.
Hmm.
So daily routine was, to be honest, it's like at least in terms of programming, I think the consistent guy is over here, lead code solving, because like he was one of the in terms of consistency, one of my role models, I would say,
Hmm.
for consistency. But for I would say, like, in terms of my schedule, usually I think morning, somewhere around 9 or 10 a.m. I came to college. By evening, you had this entire college schedule packed full.
Right.
And in between, if we got any breaks, then I would like find slip in some of my work over there.
Hmm.
Then I had gym where I usually met you once 6 to 7, and followed by that, usually evenings they were mostly spent on contests and absolving.
Hmm.
And if there were some holidays and all that, so I liked reading books.
Hmm.
So one thing is that rather than saying that consistency, I would say that my life had a lot less distractions.
Hmm.
I think in 8th or 9 I'd read a book which suggested that you should stay away, not stay away, but like limit your social media usage. So I was influenced by that, and I ended up never having an Instagram, like a serious Instagram account.
Right.
I opened an Instagram account because one of the club requirement was that you need to have your Instagram account in the Google form. Opened for that, but never really used Instagram or say social media that intensely. So like I have a lot of free time on my hand because of that.
So, as you mentioned, you are not that kind of online techie guy that uses Instagram, posts something.
Yeah, I would say that I'm not like an
On
online
social
techie
media.
guy. Mm-hmm.
So, there is obviously this is one of the concerns that we see as villagers or suburban students, that when we have spent our most of the life at villages, in
Yeah.
our villages, schools, high schools. So both are you are from suburban cities. Pankaj Bhai is from Ichalkaranji and you are from Sangli. So when you are transitioning through Sangli to your working areas like Pune, Bangalore, so there is cultural differences right now.
There's a lot of it.
There are a lot of different personalities, lot of traditions that have changed in these years recently. So how do you cope up with that? How do you adapt with those people that you are not usually hanging out with?
Yes, personally, yeah, you would have observed that my dressing sense has improved.
Yes.
It is because of my roommate.
Mm.
Currently, when I dress up, when I go for office,
Mm.
he usually says me that this is wrong. You have a very bad taste in dressing sense.
Fashion.
So he suggests me that do this, buy this, order this, buy some sneakers and that all.
That only happens
Yeah.
when you have good salary.
And he suggested me because of that only my dressing sense has improved, not that much, but to a good extent.
Still, you are wearing the T-shirt, but T-shirt does not matter. What is written on the T-shirt that matters.
That matters.
Yes. So yes, fashion sense is important. But other than that, like habits, there is difference in habits. Like as Jay Bhai is pure veg. So when you are eating with people,
So where in terms of habit, like the first thing I think one of the most important part is your language. Not just language. I mean, most of us here can speak English and we are speaking in English. But if you go to an actual office, you'll say, "Yaar, how do you greet people?" Initially, "Yaar, sir, hi, sir, hello, sir." Sir is that part. Then you have hi, hello. Then in office culture, you have this, "Hey, Harshvardhan,"
What's
and
up?
the tone and the intonation,
Slang.
and like you need some time to actually get comfortable with that language. And I mean, initially, like in my first presentation in office, like the team was sitting and I presented, And I didn't know like how to actually close that meeting. But then like I started observing people. So there are these small things that make a lot of difference over there in terms of your like how you communicate and your overall like those small parts of your language. Communication is one thing. Then yeah, as you said, dressing sense is important. Uh, Initially even I had this issue here, कोई भी shirt लेके I would go and so these things like they take a bit of time, but thing is if you're open to change, then they happen over time. So it's not like you're if you're from a village or suburban area, it will be a bit difficult for some time.
Right.
But still, yeah, I mean, especially in Bangalore, a good thing is that it's not like here everyone is from Bangalore. People are from a lot of different areas.
Right.
So everyone is adjusting, and people are okay if you make a few slips here and there at the start. I mean, one of the things was like initially in my team when my mentor introduced me that okay, he is Jay and he'll be interning over here, and he said okay Jay, can you tell like introduce yourself to the team. I gave a standard college wala introduction. Hi, my name is Jay. I'm from this year and this, and I thought okay, yaar, ho gaya. And then like I looked at other people introducing. So there was one more guy who joined us, and the introduction he gave was a amazing one. He was very comfortable with the team and like, hey, yaar, I'm this guy. I came from this company. Amazing to work with you. I'll be working on this project with this guy. So that level of comfort it will take some time to develop, and I think if you are just be open to it. If you are in a situation similar to us, like be open to change. Don't think yaar I am from here तो मैं change होगा ही नहीं. But if you are open to change, like there will be some embarrassments and slips here and there, but they are okay. And over time you will like sort of fit into the whole place. So that's some initial phase, but okay, you will find.
So any experience that
From my office side, because there are only 50 people who work at Lemon, and that too in the technical staff, maybe only 20. I see only 20 to 25 people working on the tech part. So usually no one of us speaks in English. Everyone is most of the people are from Delhi, and you know what Delhi slang is. And they are usually chill. Usually no one speaks in English and only Hindi. And talking about formality in that, no formalities.
okay.
Speak however you like, however you want. No restrictions. And mostly that is a good thing. I would usually say about small scale startup. That you can
You have
do
got
anything.
the freedom.
We have got the freedom.
You have got the freedom, but yeah, like in mid-size and large-scale companies, you actually get to develop that thing. And one good thing is that you get to meet a lot of people from a lot of different places.
Yes.
So in our team, like we have people from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala, from North, UP, Delhi, so all over the place. So you get to interact with a lot of different people. That's like one good thing. And in Bangalore, like Bangalore and in general in most tech parks, you think the thing is that if you are open to it, there are a lot of communities. Like communities not just in office, but outside office, you will find that okay, people like who like to play sports, they have formed the communities. They regularly have meetups on holidays and all. There are reading things. There are like any area of interest, you will usually find one or the other communities.
Right.
So there's a lot of scope for like mixing into with people, interacting with people. It's not very difficult. It's just that it takes some time to actually get it there.
Yes. Now, apart from grinding, you are also helping your juniors. Right now as well, the only intention to do this interview is to make aware of these situations, these processes to our juniors who are yet to get into this process. So let's talk about mentorship. So what does being a mentor mean to you?
You can start.
Okay, anyone.
Yeah, but I think like before being a mentor myself, one of the reasons why I like to do this is because we had that experience of getting mentorship from our seniors. Not just our immediate seniors, in our immediate seniors too, we had like amazing people. Other than that, there were like many higher level seniors who, and I think I failed to mention this thing, but when we actually went for ICPC in Bangalore, I think for Asia West or regionals, I guess.
Regionals.
Regionals. So there were people in Google like who had passed out for a long time, Ajay Gunjalbhai and Ganesh Kasar bhaiya. They actually came in, invited us, they spoke
Right.
with us, and we got a lot of guidance from them.
Hmm.
So mostly like mentorship thing is, it's not really lecturing, but usually just the simple act of speaking with these people, having conversation, it teaches you a lot of like what their lifestyle is and like how they are living things. So that those interactions with our seniors and like super seniors and their seniors, that like initially shaped us a lot. And I think somewhere or the other what we are trying to do is like not really mentor you, but like really give you a worldview into what we are doing and like what sort of things we are facing and doing, and how is the like world out there, because in college you have a lot of freedom, you have a lot of time,
Right.
but you somewhere or the other lack that visibility, like what actually goes into the market. So
Yes.
I think more than mentorship, I would say it's providing that visibility to the people in college.
Yes, I would like to share an experience of mine. So I was also struggling at the intuition parts of mathematical approaches in competitive programming.
I think it was in DP.
Yes, in DP, especially before DP, while appearing for this contest or thinking about the problems, what should be the thinking, how should we connect these two data structures. So I was having problems in that. So what I did was, Jay Bhaiya was known for his greatness. So what I did was, I gave him two or three questions. I remember he was sitting in the CCF. So I told him, how you perform at the contest, do all those things. I will just observe you. So the question was not totally based on mathematics. So there was not directly connection with mathematics, but how he connected that to the mathematical approach, how he used those variables to get to an intuition, was kind of helpful for me to approach the problems in contest. And then DP is one of the important topics that are usually hard to get hands on, like generalization. So that time also Jay Bhaiya helped me to how to get to those, let's say,
Intuition.
overlapping problems, intuitions. So this same problem is still in our juniors. So I have also recommended them, like, observe people, tell them how they solve,
Yeah.
what are their approaches.
So yeah, like I think one of the most important part over here is that sometimes people confuse mentoring with lecturing. So mentoring is not like one person stands over there, he tells them, okay, this is what I am doing. It's more like interacting with people, like just the simple act of sitting there while someone does something. That's like very helpful many a times. And I think you will also see this thing that in one room, if there's a very good competitive programmer, slowly like people who interact with that guy over time, they also start to sort of get those skills from him. I won't say get those skills, but over time they start observing that okay, he's doing it in certain way, then they slowly start replicating or just make small changes in their own ways, and it helps a lot to
Right.
have that way. And I think that was sort of the main motto of our club, to get together a lot of these people, and so that we can sort of spread that knowledge to all
Yes.
our campus.
So yes, about visibility, but about awareness as well. I remember when we were in first year, we were the members in CodeChef WC chapter, and we were assigned teams. So Vaishnavi and I were in the same team, and the mentor assigned was Pankaj Bhaiya. So our topic was greedy algorithm. And then when we had meet with Pankaj Bhaiya, so we just did a PPT presentation on greedy algorithms. But apart from that, we also had to take some practice questions. So that time, because of Pankaj Bhaiya, we got to know about CACS. So there are a lot of things and resources that you get aware of when you talk to seniors.
Right.
So the next question that I would like to ask is, what is the most common mistakes you see in juniors starting CP?
Yeah, I think I will like to like just See, one thing that's a very important part.
Hmm.
Before you learn anything, learn typing here. Typing is, I think, it sounds a bit funny because people say, okay, yeah, typing, I can just look at it, I'll get practice to it over time. But touch typing, or as you
Right.
say, like typing without looking at keyboard, speed typing, there are a lot of names to it. But at least give it some 15 to 20 days should be enough. But if you set that part very good way, then that will be very helpful for you in the long term, because what I've seen happen is people just start with some language, they aren't very good at typing, and over time they develop some what skill at typing, but it becomes a bit difficult in the later phases.
Yes, I also saw Jay Bhaiya's its coding environment. So when he was presenting the first time, he was like really fast. So he was using Vim. Vim is an
Neo
editor,
Vim, actually.
Neo Vim, in Linux. So I took his Vim RC, Bash RC, everything, and I did try to do it on the Vim, but due to my habit on the VS Code, in actual contest, I could not get into that Vim. But I would like to suggest the new members or the first comers
Right.
to actually try Vim. It is really fast. It will help you in competitive programming.
So yeah, like for that requirement is that you are good at typing. Like if you struggle at typing and if you actually have to look at it, you won't be able to use this thing to fullest extent. So like that's one of the mistakes that I've seen people do. Like they don't focus enough on their development, or say the overall environment setup. That's a very important thing. Not just for competitive programming, but for development and like software engineering in general. Your environment is what you could say the thing where the place where you are most of the time you're learning anything.
Right.
So please like give a lot of time to it, and ask people, like ask your seniors or anyone you have who actually does any
Yes.
programming. That will be very helpful.
So also due to because of Pankaj Bhaiya, we got to know about the CPH extension. It is mostly commonly used by competitive programmers to uh, extract questions from the websites to directly into VS Code. So when you are talking with seniors, you get to know about a lot of things.
And one of the things I would like to address is that the most juniors, when they enter into competitive programming, what they usually do is that they start practicing. Maybe they are currently at newbie or pupil or something. They start practicing segment trees, and maybe up to go beyond that. And that's the wrong thing actually. I would recommend not to do it like this.
Yes.
Because usually to reach an expert, you don't require segment trees and that all
Yes.
stuff. You just require basic DPA knowledge, and that's all. Basic implementation skills, constructive skills, and basic DP knowledge. That's all you require to become an expert. And usually juniors, they ask me questions about such topics that even I don't know what they are talking about.
Like decomposition.
Heavy light decomposition, that all stuff even I don't use. And even I saw many people using very very advanced technique for such a simple problem which can be done using other data structure. For example, the things which can be done using a set, they usually try to implement lazy propagation and that all things. So I would recommend juniors that don't go learn about much deeper about that things
Right.
which you don't know, and focus on little things and perfect it, then go to the next level.
So like just an extension of this, I think one of the tendencies, especially in first year. So if you are starting, say first year, second year, you have a lot of time. So I would say like approach things in a first principle way, especially like you mentioned about DP, right? So in DP there is this thing that people will learn 20 different things about DP, 2D DP, 3D DP,
Right.
that, this. But at the end of the day, if you actually look at the core of it, it's a bit of like mathematical thing where you have states and transitions. Like if you get that first principle, like the core principle of it right, then all of these things are just special case scenarios of it. So I
Right.
would say that if you're starting, if you have a lot of time, okay, if you're preparing and like you have interviews in 1 month and all those things, that's a different thing. You don't have time. But when you're starting out, when you have a lot of time, look at things in a first perspective, first principles way, like you get to the core of things, and there you will find that there are only a very few things that you have to learn, and everything else is just like combination of these few fundamental principles. So if you approach it that way, you will find competitive programming fun, and like you will understand things a lot better, rather than कि यार okay, this is the problem, इसमें ये algorithm apply करना है, why am I doing it, I am not sure. You just get used to it. If it's in this pattern, you have to do this. So like yeah.
One more thing is do clean coding. One of the most important things. Do clean coding. Even I struggled it during initial days, and even now sometimes I make complicated code. But the thing I would like to notice that most of the computer programmers fail to crack interviews because of their worst coding habits, because they do not focus on what variable name they should give, what should be the function names and that all, how the code should be look like, how the code should be modular and that all stuff. The usual computer programmers lack that stuff, and I have seen some computer programmers giving variable name of their own name.
We have that thing for main. They will write hash define. Prajwal does that. He will say hash define pajju equal to main, and he will say int pajju.
Yes.
That all thing means it is good for speed in terms of contest, but you should avoid it in the
Yes.
interview stuff. But to do it in the interview, you should have previous practice. So I would recommend not to go much into shortcuts and that all. And the thing, other thing would be, so I forgot.
Okay. No worries. So, any mentee stories or wins that made you proud as mentors?
Currently, I have nothing.
So,
Actually, I have nothing. That
so
stuff.
mentees haven't performed up to the mark.
You are one
Yeah.
of them. So
So, what are your expectations? I would like to achieve them.
Means most of the things I haven't personally guided much of my many means give 1-2 hours daily to some person, because most of the times I was busy in my stuff only, and I did not guide most of the people in out there. Maybe everyone is doing fine in their own way, but not maybe I did not give so much time on focus on someone that I would be proud of that. He achieved this much, this much. There is nothing.
I think like no, I won't say कि मतलब mentor store in terms of here they have cracked ICPC or all those things, but particularly your batch, I think at least in terms of activities or organizing together people, I think you're doing things in a very amazing way. You could say of this coffee with chef that we have right now. So that is like one thing I would say very happy with. That's not particularly like we have mentored you for that, but still, other than that, like I really hope that someday one of you guys actually surpass us in that ICPC and actually get into world finals.
Yes.
So I am waiting for that success story. Don't have it right now.
Yes, surely I believe our juniors and we will try to give our best.
But I mean, you have your successes in many contests right now. But like the real, what you could say, the final piece where one of our teams actually gets into
The
world finals.
enlightenment.
Yep.
One of the credits I cannot give for myself, but Vaishnav is one of them whom I guided and cracked.
Yes. So, how CodeChef WC chapter has shaped you, your CP/development culture here?
So, at least for me, one thing is that initially when I came to this club, I was sort of like I had a very myopic view here. Okay, I come to this club, they are going to teach me something, and that. But over time, like it changed into thing like it's a place where I get to interact with this CP people. I got to meet a lot of like peers. I mean, I even got to meet you and a lot of other juniors through CodeChef club itself. The thing was that the club itself was a very easy avenue for anyone for me to interact with a lot of people, and it made anyone who wanted to talk to me very easy for them to reach out to me. It gave me a very easy way to talk to anyone. So that was the thing. Like aside from competitive programming too, like it helped me in a lot of other areas. So most of my other teams that I've formed, they have been like either close friends or someone I got to know through some of the other club. So it helped me in that way. In first year particularly, like the guidance that I got from our seniors. So at that time, like Ravi Jha was the most, like he was the most, I think, consistent guy of amongst seniors, and
Yes.
he regularly used to conduct sessions and all these things. But there were other guys too, so Abhijit Puri, Omkar Ogre, and like, a lot of other guys, Nilay
Yes.
and all those guys. But he was like one of the most consistent guys I remember, and those sessions really helped me at that time. So the motivation part, I think, where you actually keep on doing something for long term, the club helped me a lot in it. And after that, when I was actually doing when we were actually preparing for ICPC in third year, I had told you like we had ranked 35 and then we screwed up in our regionals. And fourth year, like we like just got to Asia West by tooth and nail. And in Asia West, like we all three of us were sort of like, yeah, okay, will we be able to perform and all these things. But then we weren't here physically, but we received so many calls and messages from all over the club.
Right.
You were one of them, and a lot of people, and a lot of people who got connected to me through this club. Here are seniors and here are super seniors, and many people who were never part of this club, but who actually like, like Ajay Gunjal Bhaiya, Precious Abhay, these guys were never part of club, but I got to know them through this club. And a lot of these people pushed us, and it was an amazing experience. Like you could say our performance in Asia West, it was like more because support and motivation of all of these people. Because the situation was not really great. All of us were busy in our internships, and we didn't have much of a time for preparation. But when you have support of all these people,
Yes.
you're internally very motivated to do these things. So I think in terms of, say, support, motivation, the club was a very essential part.
Yes, I also believe that Jay Bhaiya was not that much talkative or extrovert when I first came to into this club. But I decided that this personality should be studied. This personality should be known to the world. So that's why I decided to take more of his sessions, his teaching for different topics or problem setting. So we are really thankful, Jay Bhaiya, that you joined this club and we got a mentor like you.
And I am thankful that you actually decided to get me included in all these things. Because to be honest, I wasn't that involved in many times, but yeah, you guys really made it very easy for us to get involved. Not just me, Pankaj, and all of us.
Yes, Pankaj Bhaiya, what about you? How CWC family helped you?
I started programming because of CodeChef only, and it was one of my first clubs. And mostly, I conducted various sessions. Because I was I was CP lead. I have made a schedule for cookbook and that all. What all content should be covered, and through that content, while making that content, what should be taken, and then how much time we should spend on it. Before that, I need to go through that topic in depth and go to through the important topics which we actually need to deliver, and the problems we should take. And there was one funny moment which I remember, is that there used to be a meeting at night, and randomly people came and they randomly asked any topic, any DSA problem, they faced difficulty. So most of the people just joined in, and they randomly threw question, and most of them were hard. And most of the sessions was taken by me. I used to join the meeting. Various people from the CodeHub. Usually their meeting link were posted on CodeHub, and through them they used to join. And the funny moment arrived when there was a question on linked list, and you know that linked list question, there are many runtime error, and which you cannot solve when maybe 30-40 people are watching you, and you are solving it on time, on live.
Right.
I was coding it live without anything, and that was one of the funny moments I still remember.
Hmm.
I did that thing and also delivered many content and also also made contest questions. And most of the people were they used to know that when the problem started with Beluga, it was designed by me.
Yes.
That was
It was designed by me, and usually after the contest, they used to say why the problem was in this contest because no one used to solve it.
so he would, I think, like many times it happened that either the problem was very difficult or like you won't expect it that solution to like sort of a very
Unexpected answer.
unexpected answer to it. So post contest, like Beluga was this guy, and everyone would, like post contest he would get a lot of calls for
Right.
what sort of problem that was.
So now we are done with our normal discussion, that is formal discussion. Now let's have some fun. So this will be a rapid fire round.
Oh.
So you have to say the first thing that pops in your mind. So let's start. So we will do the alternate.
Okay.
One answer will be given by Pankaj Bhaiya, the next will be Jay Bhaiya. ICPC in one word.
Lifetime achievement.
Tabs or spaces.
Tabs.
Dark theme or light theme.
Dark theme.
Code at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Funniest Google search during a contest.
Usually I don't use. Most of the templates I have available usually don't use Google search.
Okay, the same question. Funniest Google search during a contest.
Your code forces is not loading. Yeah, and I actually got to know of that there are alternates to code forces.
M1,
and
M2.
M1 dot code forces. So that was like a very funny thing here. Website load nahi ho raha, and I just fed up and I searched it. And I got to know about it.
Okay, who replies slowest in the group chat?
Jay.
The slowest, I mean, sometimes 2 days, 3 days.
His messages are not delivered itself.
Delivered some.
So he just turn off his data. Just
Maybe-
disappear.
Maybe the groups are in archived.
Yes, maybe.
No, it's not that. Now I have improved. That same thing here. I said I don't use Instagram, so to not be distracted, I used to have
Yes.
that thing. You can't act like that when you are in corporate world. Right now, you can reach out to me,
Okay.
hopefully.
If your debugger could talk, what would it say?
Use VS Code.
Yes, Pankaj Bhaiya made special mentions of writing the clean code. So if your debugger could talk, what would it be?
So debugger setup in new Vim is a bit difficult.
I need a new program.
Use proper debugger, don't use Seer.
Okay, see.
Debugger would definitely say that.
Who's the laziest amongst lazy coders?
No one is lazy actually. No one is lazy.
No one is lazy.
Yeah.
But in terms of replying, I guess that would be me.
Okay. If you weren't in the software industry or computer science, what field would you be in?
There were multiple fields.
Like,
First would be doctor
oh,
because in 11th I took PCMB both. Second would be of course I also prepared for NDA, but most of the people would make fun of me because of my physique. But I actually prepared for NDA.
oh,
I think
that's
he was
nice.
very fit when he was intern.
Ready to serve nation. Okay. What about you, Jay Bhai?
I'd probably be in academia and research. Very likely math, pure math, or physics something. But yeah, I'm in software industry.
Okay. Last line of code you wrote.
Last line of code. It was in TypeScript.
Okay.
It was maybe a call to an authentication API.
Jay Bhaiya.
The last line of code, I think it was for debugging within company. Like I had went through one process for an entire hour, and in Python you had this subprocess dot run thing, and there there was this shell equal to true option that was being said. That's not good for security, so I had to change it.
Yes.
You could tell that that's a development work.
So that was a epic episode, from regional rankings to real world development, and from burning out to bouncing back. This episode had it all. Thank you, Jay Bhaiya, Pankaj Bhaiya. We really miss Prajwal Bhaiya here. So they are not just coders but engineers with a mindset to solve real world problems. So, and to everyone listening, remember, be curious, be consistent, and most importantly, be a little lazy in the smart way. So, this is Harshvardhan Bamne, President at CodeChef WC chapter, signing off. Stay tuned for more episodes that decode journeys worth sharing. Thank you.
Thank you.